Namaste and welcome to Terminal Guruji, your one-stop destination for mastering Linux, Python, SQL, and everything in between. Whether you are a curious beginner or seasoned coder sharpening your edge, you are in the right place. In today's video, we are diving into topics like what is language, what is programming language, what is Python, what is identifiers, and rules of identifiers. So in total, we are going to cover introduction to Python. So without further ado, let's get started. So this is the Google Doc which I'm going to share with you in the description of this video. So in order to write any kind of code, we must have some environment or IDE, which is integrated development environment, and I'll be using this Google Colab for this purpose. You can simply go to Google and write Google Colab, and you will be directed. If you click on the first link, you will be directed to this page. You just have to create new notebook. This is cloud based IDE, so you don't have to save anything. Everything will be saved on your drive, Google Drive. And here you first of all you have to set up the name of the file, and you have to provide this extension ipynb. It is extension of Python file, and that's it. You can write code here and execute from here. So we'll look into it. Right now I already created this Python file, so we'll get started. So now, what is language? First of all, the first question that come to our mind is we are learning about programming language, but then what is language? It is a medium. With the help of it, we interact with each other. The next question is, so what is programming language? Similarly, programming language is also used to interact with computers. Like human can understand high level language, but computers they understand, or hardware they understand low level languages like binary language, 0 and 1, on and off. So high level languages like Python, JavaScript, Java, then .NET, all these languages are human understandable or high level languages. So then what is programming language? It is a medium which we use to interact with. So now what I mean by this is, when I declare a is equal to 20 and when I convert this 20 into binary, so see, the binary number of this 20 is 10100. This is the binary language and it is understood by computers. So when we say like a is equal to 20, so when I say a is equal to, so when I write this expression b is equal to a plus 30, now b's value will get added, like, and b will be 50. If I print, Now b's value is 50, but internally computer does not understand this 20. It is the interpreter or compiler that translates into binary language, then hardware computes it and then gives us the output. So next question that comes to our mind is, what is Python? So Python is a general purpose interpreted object oriented dynamically typed high level programming language. So this is the general definition of Python. Python is a general purpose interpreted object oriented dynamically typed high level so see what I mean by general purpose. So general purpose means it can be used for multiple purposes like data science applications. It can be used for web applications. It can be used for embedded softwares and etc. It can be used for game development as well. So there are multiple use of Python. Then it is interpreted. We already discussed about it. Interpreter is nothing but translator. Like imagine that there is one person who talks in Tamil and the another person who understands Marathi only. So what he'll do, he'll go to Google Translator, then he'll copy the text, Tamil text, and convert it into Marathi text. Similarly, interpreter or compiler does that. It converts our high level code to binary code and gives it to hardware to compute. Then object oriented. So object oriented means it is a programming paradigm. Earlier there was monolithic programming where everything we used to write in a single function. Then comes the functional programming, which came in C language, and we used to create one function and we can use it anywhere in our program. So that is functional programming. Then come the object oriented paradigm where we can develop our code using concept of classes and objects. So so that's why it is object oriented, supports this feature. And then dynamically typed. So then what do I mean by dynamically typed? When I say is equal to, in C language we have to define variable like this, declare variable like this, a is equal to 20 or int a like this. But in Python we have to simply say a is equal to 20 and that a variable will hold this value. If we have to check what type of value a variable is holding, you just have to use type function and provide the variable and you will get what type of value this a variable is holding. So it is internally defined, or internally we don't have to explicitly say or declare variable that it will be hold this type of value only. No, during the execution of program a can hold any type of value. If I override this a variable, a is equal to Virat And if I say what type of value a variable is holding this string, Virat Kohli is a string is a sequence, a single character or sequence of character, so it is string. So it is, so during the execution of program, a variable can hold any type of value. That is why it is called dynamically typed. Then we already discussed about high level language. It is English type language, human understandable languages. So now next question is, what is identifier? So any name, it can be a method name, it can be a class name, or it can be a function name. Function, method and function are same only, but method is a function declared inside class. It is called method. For now, you forget about it. In later videos, I'll explain it you in more detail. So first, so any name which is used for identity, any name which is used for identification purpose is nothing but identifier, and it can be method name, class name, or variable name. So when I say a is equal to 20, b is equal to a plus 30, so this a, b, then here also we override this a variable. So this is identifier. This is variable name. Any name which is used for identification purpose is nothing but identifier. So this type is name of that type function. So it is a kind of identifier. So there are some rules and regulations that we have to keep in our mind before declaring the identifier. So the first rule is alphabets are allowed. Capital A to capital Z, small a to small z. You have to keep this in mind before declaring any kind of a variable. So alphabets are allowed, then numbers. Generally, in identifiers, we don't use numbers. It is not good practice. But if you want, you can. But the thing is, you don't have to use it in the first position. So now, what I mean by this is, if I declare 0, 0, so this it will throw an syntax error. So why we are getting this syntax error, invalid decimal literal, because it is starting with the number. So numbers, you can write this it as case, then 0 is equal to 5 or 6. Then now it's completely, it is accepting and not throwing any kind of syntax error. The reason is you can use numbers but not at first position. So you have to follow this rule while declaring in identifier. So now the third rule is underscore symbol is allowed. So underscore symbol is allowed, but if you use any kind of other symbols, it will give an syntax error. If I say percentage is equal to 5, it will raise an syntax error. But if I say underscore is equal to 5, it will not, it will accept it and will not throw an syntax error. So our fourth rule is in identifiers, keywords are not allowed. Now what do I mean by keywords? When I declare, there are some words which is Gudo and Risam created this language. So whoever created any kind of programming language, they have declared some words, and that word has some meaning associated with it, and hence those are reserved word, those are keywords, and hence we cannot use it in our program as them as identifiers. So for example, if I use like for loop is used for I in range 0 of 5. I'm showing you small for loop for you. So this for loop iterating for 5 times, 1 2 3 4 and 5. So now this for has some meaning. It is the conditional state, it is the looping statement, so it has some meaning associated with it, uh, and hence we cannot use it. If we use it as identifier, then we will get an ambiguity. The compiler will not able to understand what to execute and what not. So if I say for is equal to 5, it will throw an error, invalid syntax. So keywords are not allowed. So while declaring any kind of identifier, we have to keep this in mind. Then fifth rule is Python identifiers are case sensitive. So now what do I mean by case sensitive? If I write Virat is equal to 18, now if I write Virat is equal to 100, now you might, if you are thinking that Virat is equal to 18 is overwritten by Virat 100, so it's not. If when I print Virat, it will give me still 18. Why? Because I used the first character. If you look at it, it is small v, and in second variable, it is a capital V. So both are different. Both identifiers will be treated as a different or unique identifiers. So this is the meaning of case sensitiveness. So if this video added a value to your tech journey, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so you never miss fresh drop from Terminal Guruji.